Asylum. Something was wrong. We approached the asylum building. The bright lights were a source of encouragement. I put my head out the window and looked at the windows of the building. I told Elisabeth, "Turn off the car and all its lights. We will wait here for a while." She did so. Only the windshield wipers were working. The others had gotten out of the cars. John and Jill and the others came towards us after they saw that we did not get out. John asked, "Did something happen?" I said, "No." "So what happened? Why don't you get out?" I turned to Jill and asked, "You said you were given a report about an attack here, and when you arrived, all your colleagues were killed. Why didn't one of them call for help? Don't a few of you always stay around the scene of the incident to keep an eye on the surroundings? Why? I think it's strange too. Only one body was ahead of the rest and close to the cars. Maybe he was the one who wanted to call for help." I said, "The bodies are still there. What about the hunter's body?" Elisabeth said, "What do you mean? You say they might have come back again?" "It's not unlikely. There are residential and commercial buildings around here. There wasn't a curious person who watched the police operation and got excited about the death of those creatures. And when no one came back and heard the screams and cries of the dying people, didn't they call the police? Are those people who call the police when they see even the shadow of a cat on the wall? We'd better be more careful. Our weapons and numbers are not enough to deal with all the creatures that might still be around here or in our building. We'd better go. We shouldn't miss it if we have a chance." The body of the hunter was there. The body of the policeman Jill had seen was still out in the rain. I couldn't find anyone to guard the outside of the building. It was dangerous and I needed everyone. We got our guns ready to fire. In the hallway we could only hear our own footsteps. The building was 10 stories high and very large. And the basement was probably as full of rooms and facilities as the upper floors. We started to inspect the rooms. 3 people stood in the hallway and the others entered the rooms. We searched several rooms. The strange thing was that the rooms were clean and tidy and there was no body or sign of the patients or staff of the asylum. Sarah said, "Has anyone been here at all? It looks abandoned and they didn't seem to be in a hurry when they left." John replied, "Whatever it is, something strange has happened here. Whoever reported the attack here either knew it was evacuated or didn't know it. I mean, they deliberately brought the police here to deal with those creatures and one of them would destroy the other." We continued searching, but it was useless. With that many people, it would have taken hours, maybe a day or 2, to search the entire building. We found the head of the asylum's office. A large, elegant room with shelves full of patient files, the files they hadn't taken. We couldn't find any writing or notes that would explain the incident or the evacuation of the building. One of the doors was locked. I opened it with a bullet and we went inside. The security tapes had been destroyed. The cameras were working and we could see the entire building. We watched the monitors carefully. One of them showed an image that none of us wanted to see. The hunters were roaming the building. There seemed to be a lot of them. Stephen asked, "Where are they?" Elisabeth looked for a directory to find the floor and the location of the cameras. On each floor there were many cameras placed in different directions for complete coverage. Stephen and Sarah also started looking. Sarah found the directory. She looked at the number that appeared on the screen and looked for it in the directory. Then she said, "5th floor. East corridor. South entrance, should be at the back of the building."